Why did the price of eggs skyrocket in 2022, up 49% in the past year? That's more than any other grocery category, according to the Consumer Price Index. Economists say bird flu is the primary reason. Millions of egg-laying hens died in 2022 as a result of the deadliest outbreak of avian flu in U.S. history. The U.S. Department of Agriculture says avian flu is highly contagious and lethal. The CDC says it can kill 90 to 100% of chickens, often within 48 hours. And farmers generally must kill the remaining birds because of federal rules meant to prevent spread. In November, the cost of a dozen large grade A eggs more than doubled from the year before, going from $1.72 to $3.59. Food economists say shoppers are feeling the price of high egg prices more than other groceries because they're a known value item, like a gallon of milk or a loaf of bread. The price of almost everything and the cost to do anything is up, from airfare to electricity, from the price of gas to the price of new cars. Among the things that are down in price, new smartphones and new televisions.
It's the price of eggs for me, and I think for most people, that really the shocker at the grocery store. We really noticed it even more over the holidays. Commissioner of Agriculture Mike Strain.
How are you? Good to see you.
Thank you for coming in and being here. Happy New Year to you. This is a big, important topic as food and everything else went up over the past couple of years, the past year. Eggs being the most expensive increase percentage-wise.
Yes, if you look at the price of eggs, the average wholesale price of eggs today in Louisiana is about $5.20. In California, it's over $7.50.
Wow.
Across America today, it's around $5 plus. So what's happened, one, we had a second round of avian influenza. If you look just in the past year, 14% of our egg-laying hens were lost. Over 43 million birds were lost due to avian influenza. And so to repopulate that, to bring that supply back up, you're looking at 6 to 8 months at a minimum.
When you have bird flu, you have to wipe out.
Right, you depopulate. That's right.
That long of a time, those
Absolutely. Well, you got to understand. Right, you got to have a hen to lay the eggs.
We want microwave birds.
It doesn't work that way. And then you have to raise, you have to raise those birds, and they don't start laying until they're 5 or 6 months old, at best. And so there is a cycle that it takes. It is not quick. And so the other thing that's happening is that now with inflationary pressures, the cost of production has increased markedly. Okay. Corn, beans, electricity, gas, tractor parts, all that is into this equation. Yeah. So we've had very high growth in food costs now going into almost, year 3.
Yeah.
But eggs has been at the top of that. And if you look at the price of eggs, it's risen over 200% in 12 months. So if you look where we were a year ago, it was around $1.20 to $1.50. And today in Louisiana now, and if you look at today's date, and we're up over 300%.
Yeah.
Because we're now at 5+.
Well, that's the real shocker. And of course, over the holidays, people bake.
That's right.
So the
demand
supply
is more.
Demand.
You had a high increase in demand on a decreasing supply.
Right.
And so what happened is that beginning Thanksgiving to now, that's why you've seen this market increase in the price of eggs. And it's not going to go down anytime fast.
Yeah.
A year ago, there were probably 25-30% of the stores were having sales on eggs. Today, only 2% have sales on eggs.
Okay.
And so, again, we've got to gear back up. We've got to, get some more hens in production, and that's going to take 5 to 6 months. And we're working very hard. We're making great strides in dealing with avian influenza through biosecurity, but there's been a shift in the virus.
Yeah.
The virus before would come down when the wild ducks would move through the flyway. Now, we're finding it everywhere in the wild bird population. So the virus is around. We've been very fortunate here in Louisiana. It has not affected any of our poultry. We have on any given day 100 million birds on the ground. We have 2 large egg-laying facilities, Cal-Maine Foods and Jordan Eggs in Louisiana. It has not affected us, but we are very cognizant that it could. But we have very high degree of biosecurity,
right.
And that is the key, biosecurity at our farms.
Percentage-wise, Louisiana egg farmers, how much do they supply to stores in the state or elsewhere?
Well, they supply, probably a pretty good percent. if you look at overall of what we consume, so we have 2 farms here. I don't have the exact number that they do, but it's a large percentage of what comes here, because we like, people want to have it fresh and local. And so a lot of the eggs you buy come from those 2 farms.
Another one of the big surprises for me was seeing white eggs, regular white eggs, more expensive than the free-range brown eggs.
Because it's an immediate supply and demand. And so you had a market increase in demand of those white eggs. And your extra large and your large eggs are the same price, almost the same price on the wholesale price, and because of supply and demand issues.
So as we look to the future, what are people doing as they go to the grocery store? This is really impacting.
You're having a shop and look for what is more affordable. You may go, instead of an extra large egg, to the medium-sized egg. A lot of people are raising chickens. A lot of people this year are going to be raised. Yeah, they'll have a dozen hens of their own and raising their own eggs. But be cognizant of the fact that when you go to the store, you're going to have to shop. A lot of things are changing in the stores. You're seeing more store brands.
And if you can even find stuff, too.
You can even find stuff. There's been a huge increase in store brands versus name brands. People looking for a more economical way.
Right.
We are going to be in a tight spot food-wise as far as cost and availability, especially going into the next year for many different reasons, economic and others. And so we're going to be cooking more from scratch, I think you're going to see. I think you're going to see a shift towards store brands. More people will be planting gardens and raising hens.
There we go. Commissioner of Agriculture, Mike Strange.
Thank you.
Important to get this information from you, and thank you for coming in.
You're quite welcome. Thank you.